Morning, buddy. This is Headlines, your go-to channel for English article reading every day. The popularity of milk tea in China is undeniable. Youngsters got hooked on milk tea not only because it is the favorite drink to catch up with friends, to reward yourself after hours, but also because of its attribute of social currency. Well, before I try this trend, Chinese milk tea companies have already set their foot on overseas markets. And according to The Economist, the market scales and the business revenues are incredibly huge. Opposite a university campus on the outskirts of Jakarta, motorbikes line the front of Ricky Salim's ice cream and tea store. One of the thousands of Mixue franchise owners across Asia, Mr. Salim says his business is so good, he hopes to open more outlets this year. Mixue, a Chinese firm which built its brand selling flavored teas and soft-serve ice cream in smaller Chinese cities with relatively modest average incomes, is exporting its model across Southeast Asia. On the outskirts of 在什么的郊外, there are many quiet resorts on the outskirts of Beijing. And franchise 是特许经销权. You could say fast food franchise, 快餐连锁店, or Marvel franchise, 漫威系列的影视剧. There is a similar word, license. When you license your trademark to someone, it is mostly for monetizing the brand. For example, if you sign an agreement with Hello Kitty, you can sell stuff with Hello Kitty on it. While franchise grows through outlets, the outlets operate under the system controlled by the franchise owner. License 一般是形象的授权，可以把商标印在产品上，但是 franchise 是按照版权方的要求，以一定的标准去建立连锁店或者商铺。Outlets, flavored teas, 调味茶. The tea which is not brewed at the present is ready-made tea, 预制茶. Soft-serve ice cream 是比较软的那种冰淇淋 which contains less fat than the hard ice cream. Check out this photo, notice the textures differ a lot. Small cities, 小城市, modest average incomes, 中等水平收入. There are three types of things that you could use modest to qualify. One is the building or house, which means it's not large or expensive. Say modest hotel. The second thing is something abstract like amount or income or increase. So when you say a modest increase, it refers to a fairly small one. In the context, modest average incomes, I suppose is around the average or even a little below the average. Another word for below the average is subpar. Remember that? The last one is a person or a behavior, as we all know in Chinese, 谦逊的. Part of the reason for Mixue's success is that it sells rising Asia's favorite drink, bubble tea, a milky tea containing chewy tapioca balls. The market for these fangled flavored teas was twice that for the coffee, with a $2 billion turnover. Bubble tea 就是珍珠奶茶 chewy 有咬劲儿的 chewy beef jerky 就是这种牛肉棒口香糖是 chewing gum, right? Tapioca is the ingredient of the bubble, 就是木薯淀粉. Newfangled is something new but complicated. Oftentimes it's not necessary. And for your reference, fangled is the old way to say fashion. Newfangled ideas or diet theories. 花里胡哨的想法或者是这种饮食的理念. It is a state of being disapproved. 2021年各种奶茶的市场营业额 turnover 是咖啡的2倍。那人员的流动率也可以用 turnover. For example, the industry of food delivery has a high turnover of young people. Almost all Mixue branches are franchises. Around 95% of the firm's revenue came from selling ingredients, packaging, and equipment to franchise holders. Huge factories and extensive supply chains let it keep down the store price of ice creams and teas. Around 90% of Mixue Indonesia's products are imported from China, but the company's Indonesia operation has grown to such extent that it plans to start making ingredients locally. Extensive supply chains, 广泛巨大的供应链压低了 keep down 冰淇淋和茶的价格. The difference between extensive and extended is the nouns they qualify. Extensive is to cover large amount of area or detail. Extensive travels, extensive reading or collection. While extended is longer than the length of something or time specifically. Extended arms, family, or period of time. Extensive 是面积上很大，各种细节都覆盖到了。Extended 是比原来长度更长，伸出去的。Grow to an extent is to develop to a certain scale, 发展到某一个规模。Extend usually refers to the scale, the degree, or the size of something, both concrete and abstract. For example, what's the extent of the failure? Or the sea ice extent was lowest on record. 蜜雪 started selling shaved ice and drinks at a roadside stall in a central Chinese province of Henan. Yet it wasn't until videos of its mascot, a chubby snowman, singing the 蜜雪 theme song went viral on Chinese social media a few years ago that the brand became a household name. It wasn't until B happened that A happened is a much more engaging way to say A had happened before B happened. And chubby is round and fat. Next time you want to say someone is really fat, try chubby. 圆滚滚的可以形容很胖的一个人。A household name, 家喻户晓的名字。Kales focuses on tech, aims to become a household name in India. This article is reader-friendly, isn't it? Don't you think that it roughly fits the Chinese way of thinking? So we weren't stuck by the language from head to toe. But the words and expressions on day-to-day Chinese life we know. Still impressed? Well, this is Headlines, so see you tomorrow.